everybody at Alva Valley. So when you came back after Christmas, you've probably noticed all of these trees that we've been planting. So before the Christmas holidays, Mr. Spillane and I have been digging up and planting. We've got some apple trees, some pear trees and some plum trees. So please make sure that you are respectful of our trees growing here so that we can all enjoy them in our school community. Continuing on with respecting our school community, how about taking part in the Big Bird Garden Watch at the end of January, the weekend of the 28th to the 30th. Have a look out in your garden. We will post up a chart of different birds that you can have a look out for, maybe take some photos, maybe do some sketching and send them in to us.
So Mrs. Robinson and I wanted to talk to you about an annual event that happens, that's every year, with the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, that's the RSPB, and it's the Big Garden Bird Watch. And what they're asking for is that everybody on the last weekend in January, that's Friday the 28th, Saturday the 29th or Sunday the 30th, goes and looks in their garden or from their balcony and looks at the different birds that have been attracted into the garden. Now, the reason why they're doing that is that so each year they can see which birds are being successful, which birds are in decline. So decline means they're going down, their numbers are going down. So each year they can spot this and then they can do something to protect those birds that are in decline. So at Alva Valley Schools, one of our 6 strands is all about respect. And one of the respect statements is this one: I am always respectful to the environment. And Mrs. Robinson has talked to you about being respectful about the new fruit trees that she and Mr. Spillane have planted. But we can also be respectful for things in our environment too. And those include the birds that live there. So this time we are going to be involved with the Big Garden Bird Watch. So to help you with spotting different kinds of birds, they've also produced a chart. So the chart looks a bit like this, and these are the most common birds that will be in most people's gardens, and you can spot them and work out which birds they are. Now, there is a blackbird, which obviously is black, but the male and the female are different colours. And I wonder if you can work out which ones are which colour and the reason why they are different colours, the colours they are. So that's a piece of homework or something to discuss within your classroom. So Mrs. Robinson and I will be making sure that you've got this chart available to help you on Dojo or your tapestry, so you can check those birds off. I've also sent off for us as a school to be registered for the Great Big Garden Bird Watch, so that we can join in as a school, and it may be that some of you want to come and help us spot some of the birds that are in the gardens and around Alva Valley Schools. So that's something else we can do, so we might be able to do that on the 28th of January. Now, I know that in my garden over the last few weeks I have spotted different sorts of birds. So I have definitely, from this chart, spotted some blackbirds. I've also spotted robins, which are easy to spot because they're the birds with the little red tummies, these ones here. And I know that we've also got some of these birds, which is the chaffinches. Interestingly, they're different colours as well for the male and female. And also we get a lot in our garden of these big birds, wood pigeons. Now, Mr. Roseblade hates wood pigeons because he thinks they bully the smaller birds, so he much prefers the smaller birds coming into our garden. Now, you can only count the birds that actually land in your garden. So that means they can either land on the ground or on a branch or on a fence or something like that, but they must land in your garden because they're the only ones that will count. And once you've counted them, you can make a record of those, either by just writing the number on here, and then I'll be giving you details of where you can send that information off to, so that you can be part of the Great Big Garden Bird Watch. So in this video I've also included a couple of short videos that I made showing people how they could make some very simple bird feeders, and I've already checked on the RSPB website and they have said it's not cheating, so we're allowed to do that to attract birds, small birds maybe, to our gardens. And I just thought that that would be really useful if you wanted to make those, and maybe if you let your class teachers know, Mrs. Robinson and I could maybe help some children to make those over the coming weeks, so that we can hang those in our forests and around the school to attract and encourage the birds to come to our environment. So I have shared with your teachers a short video link from the RSPB website for the Big Garden Bird Watch, and it just talks about how nature can help us to connect to our environments around us. And I know that Mrs. Kitcher and Mrs. Lockwood have talked about the 5 ways of well-being with you before, and one of those 5 ways is connect. And it's a perfect way of connecting with nature. So I really hope that Alva Valley gets involved with this annual event of the RSPB Big Garden Bird Watch.